Hi guys, how are you? Thank you so much for visiting here today. So today I want to talk about the categories that I'm going to be using to track my spending and my savings. So let's begin. So the first category that I have here is bills, and in bills I'm going to record my rent, my phone, my electricity, my cable and internet, Netflix, gym, and insurance. This insurance talks about uh, my renter's insurance and also whole life insurance. Then we're moving to debt. If you watch my video, my previous video, you know that I have $4,000 in credit card debt. So that is important. My hope is to finish that in 2022 or get very close to it by the end of the year. Then we have donations. I always donate to two children's organizations. I've been doing that for years and I'm going to continue doing that. That's very important to me. Then I have transportation, and you see that I have two colors. Again, in the previous video, I mentioned that I'm in the process of moving and I don't have a car right now. I live in a big city where there's a lot of public transportation, so I don't see the need to have an additional expense as a car. However, I am moving because I can no longer afford what I need in the city, and once I do that and I move to a different city, I will need to commute to this city where I am right now because this is where I work. So I would need to take state mass transit for that, and that is about $210 if everything goes according to plan, but it could be a little bit more also. I haven't been able to find a place yet, but I'm hoping soon that I'll be able to do that. So I'm not going to be utilizing that money, but I want to take it out of my budget because I want to get used to not relying on it. Because eventually I will have to pay for these tickets, right? So I am going to count it as transportation, but I'm going to save it in my family emergency category, and that is because I need to increase this as soon as possible. I'll talk more about that in a second. And also, once I'm in this city where I'm at right now, currently, where I currently live, I will need to get to work using the city's mass transit. So that's a different ticket. So I will need to budget for that as well. So the transportation within the city, this savings is going to go into the category with these other three categories because they're all in yellow, and I have more yellow here. I'll speak about this in a second. So transportation is going to go with groceries, which is my food and toiletries. It's going to go to entertainment, fun money. I'm so excited about this because I haven't had fun money in a really long time. And then I've been watching a lot of videos about people doing their budgets, and a lot of them talk about self-pay, and I think that it's a wonderful concept. And it makes sense, right? You work so hard for your money, and then, I don't know about you guys, but let's say I get paid today at 1 o'clock. By 1:15, 1:30, it's all gone because it's all to paying bills or whatever it is that needs to be taken care of. So I think that it's a wonderful concept. I'm going to start in January, and fingers crossed I will be able to continue that every month. So we'll make sure that we budget at least a little bit of money for my monthly allowance, where I can use that money for whatever it is that I want without feeling guilty. Then we have savings and vacation, and this big umbrella is for vacations that are not related to family. 99.9% of the time that I'm traveling is to visit either a family member or a relative or a friend. So I want to change that. I actually want to take an actual vacation where I am a tourist. So that's why this is here. Then I'm also going to add to vacation and luxury, Amazon and shopping, because sometimes I get this urge at like 10 o'clock in the evening to purchase something. So it would be nice to have some money there, so I don't have to be pulling from somewhere else, right? Beauty, this is a category that I'm going to put here, and it's for big procedures related to beauty. For example, I think it's called hyperpigmentation. So I have like sun damage, and it would be nice to have enough money to maybe have laser treatment so that my skin texture and coloring would all be like even as much as possible. Nails and hair, I love to have nails and do my hair, but unfortunately it's a luxury that I really need to budget for, because it's expensive around here to get those things done, and I don't do them as often as I would like. And then clothing, like I mentioned in the previous video, I buy clothes, but it's more like things that I need, like socks and t-shirts and everyday work pants, right? But I don't buy things that I would like to get for going out or things of that nature. So I'm hoping that I can change that in 2022. Here for the family emergency, I have a big chunk of my family overseas, and it would be nice to have money saved so that I tend to travel when the world is normal. I tend to travel for Christmas, so it would be nice to save a little bit every month leading to Christmas to A, buy the ticket, and B, have money for Christmas presents, because it's always a struggle. This category here, where it's savings for home, again, I'm in the process of hopefully buying. I say home, but I don't really want a home. I want either a co-op or a townhouse, because I'm a single person at the moment, and I don't want to be dealing with cutting grass and snow removal and things of that nature. So I need funds for that. I'm currently in a program where like there's no down payment. However, there's always expenses, right? And then like I said, when I was talking about transportation, I don't have a car. I haven't had a car in years. I do have my license, and at some point I would like to own a car again. So yeah, I need to save for that, because that's a huge expense also. And then again, I'm sorry I keep referring to the other video, but that explains a lot of this. I've been through a few IVF cycles and some surgeries related to fertility, and I would like to try again. Or if at some point I decide, okay, I'm not putting myself through the emotional roller coaster of trying to become pregnant, and I decide to go into the route of adoption, I would need money for that. Yes, I could do adoption through foster care, but the thought of getting attached to a baby and then the family working their difficulties and wanting their baby back would kill me. I don't think that I am emotionally prepared for that trauma, so most likely it would be some kind of private adoption. So I would need money for that. Then we have savings for emergencies. This is actually like the emergency that everybody talks about, which is 3 to 6 months of savings in the eventuality that you lose your job or something like that. And then I also want to add 1 additional month to be ahead. It would be nice to have money in the bank before the end of the month, to know that you have already all the money you need to cover all these main bills, right? So that's a goal that I am striving for in 2022. Here, this category is health and work. I have health insurance. I'm very lucky about that. I have really good doctors. Oh, I'm sorry, I moved the table. I have really good doctors, and I'm very happy. with them, but co-payments are really expensive. I pay $30 every time I go see a doctor. It doesn't matter if it's a specialist or a regular internist. So yeah, this month or December and January, I've been going through a lot of doctors. So that's $30 every time I go. It's a lot of money for me. So I would like to have some savings for when I need to go to the doctor. I don't need to take from anywhere but here. And then for work, my job requires me to carry some licenses, and they're expensive. I think 3 of them are due in May, so I need to pay for those. I'll probably end up putting them in a credit card right now this year, but hopefully moving forward, I would have money saved already for my license. Then here I have savings for high interest and investments. I don't have a high interest savings account at the moment, but I would like to get one. So I need to save for the initial money that you need to open the account. And then I would love to have 2 investment accounts. I don't have them. They don't exist in my life. So I would like to save money to have money to put down when I open those. I do have Acorn, and they take out like $120 each month for retirement and for investments. But I would like to increase that. That's why these 2 categories are here. They don't have their own specific little box, if you will, or color, because they don't exist yet, but hopefully they will sometime in 2022. And then everything else, I don't know if you can see everything else. Let me see if I can move this. All right, so everything else, they're challenges or miscellaneous. So in miscellaneous, like every month, something happens, right, in life. This month, I need to renew my passport. Again, a big part of my family is overseas, so I cannot be without a passport. So I need to renew it. And to get it express, which is 5 to 7 weeks, it's $190. So that will be coming out of the January budget because it has to get done. Then I'm hoping to do 3 challenges. I want to do the 100 envelope challenge. Now, I don't like to have clutter in my house. I don't like to have a lot of things cluttering my space. So I'll probably, or I know for a fact, I'm not going to use the box with the envelopes inside because that would drive me nuts. So I think I found another way of doing it. So I'll be doing that. And then I'm also going to be doing the coin challenge. I mean, I have always saved my coins and I have always taken them to the bank. So usually when I am at 0 in my checking account and I don't even have money to eat, because it does happen, it has happened in the past, when that happens, I go into my coin jar. I take the money to the bank. And then I'm also going to try to do the saving challenge of $1. Hopefully I get paid every 2 weeks, so hopefully I'll be able to put at least $1 each week for this challenge. And then here, this is like my unicorn, if you will, because I'm not sure how often it will happen. Is for my buffer. Ideally, I would have money left over after I do all this to have a few dollars added to this buffer. So I don't know if it'll work or not, but we will see. So anyways, this is the breakdown of how I envision this going, at least until like June. And then I think that in June, after 6 months, we can talk about if it's working, if it's not working, what needs to be adjusted. I'm not sure if I mentioned this at the beginning of my video. This is not my original thought. I actually saw this type of organizer in one of the videos that I was watching recently, and I thought it was a great idea. Unfortunately, I did not screenshot the name of the YouTube channel. So if you know who I saw this from, please let me know so I can give them credit in the description box. So yes, I hope that you enjoyed seeing the categories that I'm going to be using. I hope that you decide to subscribe. I moved the table again, I'm sorry. I hope that you decide to subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you very soon. Bye.